Yes. Hello, Ms. Williams. How are you?
Hey, look. I just got a Shayla report card.
Yes, ma'am.
What's going on?
Oh, well, I can see that her grades are not that great. How about if you come on in and we'll talk about it? Come on in and talk about it. Now, what concerns are you having specifically about her report card?
She have an F.
Yes, and I'm very concerned about that as well. I was wondering, did you get any of her papers? Because I sent some papers home a few weeks ago.
You know you send no papers home. Ain't no papers come home.
I sent some papers home. But how about this?
They ain't come home.
Okay, well, look, I'm going to look in my file cabinet. I'll pull the papers out, and then we can go through the papers and see how she got to this particular point.
Well, show me some papers.
Yes, ma'am. Just one second. Excuse me. Her work came in. It has her name at the top.
No, I ain't seen that.
And you didn't see that. Okay, but that's okay. That's no here nor there. We're going to go through these papers, and then we'll talk about where her grades were accumulated such that she has a grade on her report card. Okay. So in this particular paper, we did this particular activity in class, and as you can see, she didn't finish it.
She got a 0.
And she got a 0. And then some of her test papers, she didn't do very well.
Failed that one.
She didn't do very good on some of those test papers as well. So this is what I would suggest. What I would like for you to do is to go ahead and take the folder home, so that way you'll get another opportunity to look over her papers. And then what I can do is I can get her to resubmit, especially the homework. Now the test papers, I can't go back and allow her to redo the test. But anything in here that is any type of homework that she didn't do, that she didn't finish, or she didn't complete, I'll give her an opportunity to go back and redo her homework, and I'll still take off a few points, maybe 2 or 3 points per activity, but I at least give her a fair shot to go back and redo it, so she can accumulate some points as opposed to receiving a 0, which would exactly help her grade. Now, what I'm noticing with her homework, especially with her test papers, is that she's having trouble with her reading comprehension. So I'm noticing that she's not reading for details. So in class, we break up into small groups, and I'm noticing that she's skipping over words and some words she doesn't know. So I would highly recommend that she reads every night, and that she finishes any homework that comes home. So is any of her homework coming home by may I ask?
I don't know about no homework.
Okay, so this is what I can do. For this particular week, let's just communicate with each other. I can give you my phone number. I can also give you my email address. And then what I can do is every day we can email each other, and that way I'll make sure that the homework is coming home, and making sure that if we have any questions in regards to the homework, making sure that the homework has come home, making sure that if it's anything that she didn't understand with the homework, I can go over it before, kind of refresh it with you, so that way you'll have an idea. But the biggest thing is just making sure that she does her homework, she reads her books, and she pays attention in class. So I was wondering, does she struggle with any of those things at home?
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not at home in the afternoon when Shayla gets there, so I really don't know what happens with the homework. And by the time I make it, if she says she did her homework, she did it. I don't have the time.
Okay. And I understand a lot of moms are very busy. We do have an after-school program, and in the after-school program, it does offer tutoring. So I would highly recommend that you think about it, enrolling her in an after-school program, and that way she'll have someone that, a teacher that would actually watch her, but then she would also have a little bit of instruction as far as making sure she finishes her homework. But I still suggest that usually with my homework, she has enough days where you can go back and review over it before she turns it in. So in that particular case, just make sure you go back over it, even though she's completed it in the after-school program. Just kind of check through it, make sure she understands it, and then by the time she turns it in, if you have any questions or concerns or anything that you notice that she didn't get, just email me and let me know, because I really don't want her to struggle like this. Or do you have any other concerns concerning, like maybe attention or focus? Because I've noticed a little bit in class where she'll start on some things and then she'll kind of get off a little bit. So I was just wondering.
Some days, you can't really get her to complete a task, but we went to the doctor and everything, and they recommended medicine, but I don't know about that yet, so I really don't know what to do, to be honest.
Absolutely. Well, look, I noticed some of those things in class, but I cannot say, I'm not at liberty to say, to diagnose her situation at all, whether it is something or not. But what I can do is I can set you up with the counselor. I'll get with the counselor when our meeting is over with, and see if she can set up a conference with you so that when you can discuss your concerns with her, because we do have services that are available in our district that can accommodate her situation if there are any. And one start is with the tutoring. But if there's anything else going on that's personal, you can most definitely speak with our counselor, and then we could go from there. And I'll be more than willing to help you, as much as you can to make sure she's successful by the time school ends. So,
because I can't see no more F's on her report card.
No, that's not a good thing. Not a good thing. And I think she's more than capable of improving her grades. Now, she does have an opportunity to be able to finish, just finish strong, but she most definitely has to bring up her grades now. Because you don't want to wait, because by the end of the school year, she has to have at least 4 quality points. And if she doesn't have 4 quality points, she's, her promotion can most definitely be in jeopardy. She needs to have at least a 2, a 1, a 2, or a 3. And if she has 0, then of course that puts her promotion in jeopardy to go to the next grade. And we most definitely do not want her to do that. So we want to basically catch her before it gets to that point. But what I'll do is I'll go ahead and write my number down for you.
Okay.
And this is my personal number. I know some people don't do that. But if you feel like it, I'll also give the school number. You can call the school. And then I will give you my email number, my email address. And you can contact me at any of these formats. And then what we can do is this week, we'll just contact each other. Let's do every 2 days.
Okay.
And then by the end of the week, if she's doing better, we can kind of cut back next week. So hopefully we can kind of like, I guess I would say, decrease our communication. I mean, we can still communicate, but instead of communicating every 2 days or so, it'll just be a regular every 2 weeks, because papers go home every 2 weeks. So if you don't receive our papers on Tuesday of the second week, every 2 weeks, then something's not right. So if you haven't received any test papers,
she had been bringing it home, and I just work a lot. So if I don't get in contact with you, I work. I'm busy.
Absolutely.
But I don't want, her to keep bringing home these F's because of what I have.
Absolutely.
But, I appreciate your time today. And
now, can I just ask this before we break? What's the best time to contact you? Is there a better time, morning, afternoon?
Probably in the mornings, mornings are best.
Okay, now I have her CUNE folder, so I can most definitely get your number from her CUNE folder. But if you don't mind, can you write your number down just so I can make sure it's accurate?
Yeah, this is the best number. They probably don't have my new number because I just got this one here.
Well, I'm glad I asked.
Yeah. Okay. I just hope we don't have to meet on these terms again, because I wasn't happy.
Absolutely. Well, look.